Celebrate the fresh flavors of spring with a healthy spring dinner recipe.
Claudine Gaj is a personal chef and the owner of Magic Spoon Catering, and she's here to show us how to make bruschetta chicken with pan-roasted asparagus. Thanks for joining us.
It sounds so yummy.
Well, thank you so much. This is a really easy recipe that I've come up with for everybody, and it's you can use it twofold because you can use it just to make plain bruschetta, and then you can make it to make your dinner with the chicken.
So how does one get started? Because bruschetta is one of my favorite things in the world.
Me too.
It is so easy, and it lasts in the refrigerator for about a week too. So that's nice. So we've got some pre-cooked chicken already over here. I just seasoned it with a little salt and pepper, olive oil, and just pan-seared it, or you can put it on the grill.
Easy enough.
Or you can bake it in the oven too if you want.
Or bake it in the oven. And then I've already started cutting some tomatoes over here, and I like to hand cut my tomatoes because it leaves it a little bit fuller and it doesn't kind of get all beat up and mushy.
That's true.
A mushy bruschetta is no good.
Right. You don't want to do this in the food processor. Take the extra few minutes and actually just do it by hand.
Now, Claudine, I'm not much of a tomato eater, so what kinds of tomatoes would you recommend? Because when I go to the store, I see about 10 different kinds.
Well, these are aroma tomatoes, and what's special about these aroma tomatoes is they don't have as much juice in that mushy pulp that the seeds are mixed into. So you're not going to get as watery of a bruschetta this way.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right, I've got some fresh basil leaves.
It smells so fresh. It smells like spring.
It does. So I'm just going to chop that up really nice because we all love big pieces of basil in our bruschetta. And I've got some fresh parsley that I've already chopped up here.
It's such a beautiful dish, that bright red and green.
It is. We're going to add a little bit of onion. We don't want to overkill on the onion, so I'm only going to put a little in. We can always add more.
And bruschetta is one of those things too. Yeah, if you don't like onion, you can use shallots instead, or
Absolutely.
it's kind of as you like.
Or scallions.
Oh, I've never seen scallions
Yeah,
in the
why
show.
not? So I've got some roasted garlic, and I'm just going to smush this down instead of chopping it
Seth
up.
loves garlic, so you're making him really happy.
I would
Excellent.
just pop those in my mouth whole.
I would too.
Really?
I do. Or just spread it on the toast.
I'm glad to know I'm not crazy.
No, you're not the only one. So, but roasted garlic's also something super easy to make. You just get the pre-skinned garlic, put it in an oven-safe pan, a little olive oil, salt and pepper, and I love rosemary in mine, and bake it until it's golden brown.
Well,
And then it'll
go.
last in the refrigerator for a couple weeks.
Really? I didn't know it lasts for a couple weeks.
Sure does.
Oh, well, I'm going to start making it by the fistfuls.
All right, now I've got I like capers in my bruschetta mix, so I'm just going to quickly
I've
chop.
never had capers in mine. Do they just give it a nice bite?
It does, and you can definitely just tell the difference between with capers and without. I mean, it's not a necessary ingredient, but I like it, so we're putting it in.
And it's a little kick of salt, too, like a little
Absolutely.
salt kick.
Yep, we've got some, this is dried mint that I actually dried last year that was fresh, and then we're gonna put that in, a little lemon juice, just a little olive oil.
These are the ingredients I know now, the olive oil, and this is the balsamic vinegar?
Yeah, this is a balsamic
That's
vinegar.
my favorite part.
This is a reduction that I had, so we're going to use that. It's got a little fig flavor to it, but you can use regular balsamic vinegar or red wine vinegar. It's going to taste just as nice with either or. So you want to start stirring that up. Add a little salt and pepper.
You want me to start stirring?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Little salt and pepper, and that's it. That's your bruschetta.
All right.
And
now,
then
we would either add that to the chicken, or you can just serve it on your own. just as
Absolutely.
like that.
We've got some crostinis over here. You can serve it on that. We're going to put it on our chicken.
Okay, is that good?
That's perfect.
Perfect. Well, this looks absolutely great, but we're going to be back in a little bit to do even more cooking in the kitchen, so don't you go anywhere. We're going to finish up this recipe a little bit later in the show. Welcome back to Mass Appeal, and we are back in the kitchen with personal chef Claudine Gaj from the Magic Spoon to finish up our bruschetta chicken and grilled asparagus. Thank you so much for sticking around.
Thank you. All right, so what we have here in our bowl over here is we have the chicken. It's ready to go in the oven. We made our bruschetta. I just sprinkled it lightly with a little mozzarella cheese, and we can put that in the oven for about 10 minutes. You don't want to completely cook it because you want that nice, fresh tomatoey taste to it.
And sorry I didn't dress better for our dinner. We're going to do some cardio
that's
kickboxing
okay.
next, so I'm just
Awesome.
stretching and getting ready for it.
All right,
so we put that in
join
the
you
oven.
Guys behind
Behind
screen.
Yeah, cardio kickbox along with us. Everyone at home should do it too.
Absolutely.
Everyone at home should also be making this dinner though. So you put it in the oven at what temperature and for how long
You're
again?
going to put it in about 400 for like 5 to 10 minutes, just enough to melt that mozzarella cheese because your chicken's already cooked and you're just melting the cheese and letting those juices of the tomatoes and the herbs mix together, and that's it.
It smells like $1 million. And this, I love this bruschetta recipe, and you've given it to us. It'll be on mymassappeal.com. There's different things in there. There's capers and
Lemon, balsamic, mint. Mint.
Mint.
Just
See,
a
that's the
little
key
mint.
ingredient that I never see in bruschetta. That and
Right.
capers. Brand new. But now you're going to tell us a great way to cook asparagus.
All right, so what we did is I've taken my asparagus and I've just lightly steamed them, and I cut off the ends because it gets really woodsy at the ends and very fibery, so you don't want that. I've got a little olive oil in the pan. I'm going to put them in. As you can see, it's hot and ready to go.
And this is just about that season for asparagus.
It
It's all
is.
starting to pop
Right
up.
now, this
be on
is that
sale at the
season.
grocery stores.
A little salt and a little pepper. What more do you need?
Nothing more.
Nothing more.
Asparagus does all the talking.
Absolutely. So we're just going to let that kind of caramelize on each side and turn it over. And we're just, at the end, we're going to add a little balsamic vinegar because it's going to go really nicely with our bruschetta chicken too, because it's got some of the balsamic vinegar in it too.
And there's some of these crispinis over here that you made earlier too. If people want to make them at home, because I know you can buy the packs of them, but if you
Sure.
want to make them at home, how'd you do it?
Well, what you do is you can take a loaf of French bread or Italian bread, slice it medium to thin, and then you put it in a bowl in a little olive oil, a little garlic powder, and oregano, and you put them in the oven and just broil them to the edges start getting brown. You don't want to bake them because it'll dry them completely out, and you want them to be a little soft in the middle.
Gotcha. Well, Claudine, unfortunately, we're out of time. I can't wait till about 12:01 though, because I am definitely going to try some of the asparagus and the bruschetta.
Excellent.
Thank you so much. And if you want this recipe, you can make it for dinner tonight. Head over to mymassappeal.com. It'll be there later today.